wanted to take the time to do just like a chill vibe oracle reading as we get into the closer and closer to the Halloween festivities. Just want to definitely pay some homage. Oracle deck I'm using, the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. So using a few different decks that I may pull from. This is from Supernatural. The TV show. This is like a little Halloween tarot deck. This is the Tarot Nuages, and a little cool wizard tarot deck. So a few different things. So I'm gonna start off first with get right into it for these chill vibes, and I'm gonna just start off with the Oracle. And we have something that flipped in there. Graveyard. The graveyard shifting and the skeleton at the bottom. So we're going to look at what the meaning of the graveyard is tonight. Okay. All right, so let's see with this card. It says, the stones, they mark the eternal resting place. Yet the spirits, they are walking and they are ready for the chase. Today's modern graveyards are restful places, normally highly manicured and very well set out. While they can be places of profound sadness, few are creepy with Gothic places of old, yet they still hold an undercurrent of fear and seem frightening places. Due to countless stories of haunted graveyards, the thought of walking through cemeteries evokes fear in many of us. We imagine zombies and ghosts rising from the graves and bad spirits hiding out, waiting to harm an unsuspected living person who walks by. The idea of being at a graveyard after dark or worse at midnight is the stuff of dares and nightmares. But this isn't the way with every culture. On the Mexican Day of the Dead, whole families picnic on the graves of their loved ones who have passed. Children play upon the graves, people play music, drink wine, and share food, all in the company of the dead. Graveyard dust is used as an ingredient in protective spells, not curses. Pull this card, all right? Pull this card and know that you fear unnecessarily. Wow, that's powerful. Pulling this card lets you know that you fear unnecessarily. Things are not as they seem, and you can overcome your obstacles. The anxieties you have, although real, should be put aside before they haunt you long term. Instead, trust that you know the correct next steps and that you will act upon them. Very powerful energy there for this reading. Unnecessary fear. So I'll let that guide. I'll let that guide some of this collective vibe tonight. What unnecessary fear. And this is again, this deck here is from the Supernatural TV show. So a few things jumped. Three of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Blades or the Page of Swords. Thinking of the graveyard, right? The unnecessary fear. Thinking of this Three of Cups, this King of Pentacles, and this Page of Blades. You know, let me get a clarifier on this. You know, I think with this energy, there's a celebration that has occurred. Wow. A card jumped out, but a lot more jumped out too. I'm gonna pick these up, but the card that jumped out was this one, the Eight of Bats. I wanted that one to clarify yeah, it's like a justice energy at the bottom of the deck. I wanted that to clarify the Page of Swords, and you got more swords energy. The Eight of Bats is like the swords, the air energy in this deck here. And I really feel for this energy, this Three of Cups, there was a celebration that took place with like a earth sign or a boss, surrounding a boss, surrounding work, or surrounding like a father figure. And this caused you to look into something a bit more deeper. Maybe you felt like an unfairness with the celebration. Maybe the celebration um, didn't include you. Maybe you were overlooked for something. But I think what's on your mind is a self imposed prison. Again, this is just tissue paper. Yeah. Five of Cups, looking down at things that are, you're worried about things that no longer resonate with you. You could be looking at past friends, these cups, loved ones, opportunities, but these things no longer serve you from a perspective that you needed to. And these things will only bring you back down, like as you're in an elevated state, right? And you don't want to go back down to that level. Like you really have elevated and grown. And so maybe a thought pattern, a way of thinking could have you stuck at this moment. Oh, card, what's that? Yeah, the Ace of Cups. So yeah, as you have another cup that I think you need to focus on this new opportunity. As you know, these things from the past just no longer serve you anymore. Like they're no longer what you need. They're no longer what you have need of. So you have to kind of go within this brand new start. And I think this is like being handed to you as you see this hand there. And maybe you taking one last glance, but don't turn to salt. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Empress. We got the King of Wands and the Ace of Swords also. And you already had the Ace of Cups. As you look towards this brighter path and this new Ace of Cups comes towards you, more clarity comes and you become this elevated King of Wands, this great role model, that this influencer almost, someone that people admire. It's hard to let these things go. This is security, stability. These are, again, friends, loved ones. You could be walking away from a lot of your. You probably went to college, to school, to study something, and to study law, to be a doctor, and you want to do tarot cards. just as an extreme. This no longer serves you. And once you realize this new opportunity being handed to you, clarity comes also. Like, all right, now I have the emotional support, the mental, logical, I have the EQ, the IQ, and I become this fiery. I got the water, I got the air, but now I got this fiery passion now that ignites within me to become this king of wands. It's like your fear is leaving all of this behind. Remember, everything started off this graveyard card, right? Unnecessary fear. Your fear is leaving all of this behind, but I'm telling you, you got some great things coming if you can just believe what's coming towards you. It's a little naughty. My wizard tarot deck. More aces. You got the ace of wands. So you know how you got the ace of swords, the ace of cups, you got the ace of wands. And I just talked about that king of wands. So with this, you already got this ace of beasts coming out. Looking more cards. You got the king of swords coming out. And the empress. Remember you had the empress at the bottom of that deck, the two of beasts, the two of wands. Wow, okay. Empress energy at the bottom of this deck. I think this was the justice at the bottom of this deck. Who we have here? The strength card at the bottom of this deck. So except for all this deck here that I just pulled from, you got major arcanas at the bottom of all of your decks. Major propelling events shall shift you forward in this time. You started off here with the Empress. I think that's just clarity. I think that's what called me to kind of pull some more clarity. And I think at this one you had the skeleton as well, remember? For that graveyard, which is also a fucking strength card. And the strength card. Of course, these would be the deck. At, if I'm looking from left to right, the way I have my deck situated, the strength will be the pillars. If you're looking at it like a rainbow, your rainbow is pillared on strength. Mm, powerful. And now you got this bright ass deck that I'm about to read from. So the first card I seen was the Ace of Beasts, the King of Swords, and then the Empress. You already had the King here. You had the King of Pentacles here. You have the King of Wands here. And wow, I really just see here this. You already had the Ace of Swords too. The King of Swords doesn't surprise me. I'm really getting some kind of like a almost like an appealing energy from you. I think this new passion that you go into sets you up to become this, like you're so admired, you're so well looked at, like you're unique. People hate to be told they're a unicorn, but that's the word I can describe. And you're fertile, you're abundant. You represent some kind of, I want to say, uh, group, or not a club or anything, but like a prestigious, you have a prestigious aura, or that might be the wrong word as well. But there's a prestige about you. There's a very uniqueness that you carry, and it's profound in the way people see you and view you. And people want to become part of your league. I'm feeling um, clarifiers. Halloween. Hmm. Clarifiers. The Emperor to the Empress. Four of Wands to the Ace of Wands. Is this a person? Is this divine counterpart, divine connection? Multiple cards fell, so I'm gonna pull. Keep pulling. So we got one more card. All right, the World card. Yeah, it's like Ace of Pumpkins. Now, so I see like where you're very appealing. Like you could have just got out of a relationship that was long term, and like you could be going into like a new relationship, or this can be a job situation. You could be moving. You could be upgrading. You and your partner could be going from engagement to marriage. This doesn't have to be the negative thing, but if this is about you and your partner, this could be um, like you guys are closing out a phase as well, and leveling up. Again, this is a cycle ending. Maybe kids moving out, perhaps kids coming, like a birthing. Emperor energy, very fertile. Um, if you are waiting to get pregnant right now, I'm hearing it's just a matter of time. Some of you could have heard during Scorpio season that you're pregnant as well. But during this season, again, the main card that jumped out with for your oracle was unnecessary fear. And I think at the bottom of the deck, again, you had this unnecessary fear with the graveyard. And at the bottom of that deck, you had the skeleton, which was strength. For somebody, just remember, like, during all this change, again, I think you could fear leveling up too. I want to say that, like, readings aren't all bad sometimes, and that's what I had a need to say. Like, you can feel right now, like, a lot of good has come upon you, or you could be waiting for the shoe to fall off or something. But I'm here to tell you, like, you just graduating and going from one step, and with more money comes more problems. You got the King of Pentacles here, so with your finances, through the support of others, through the support of ideas, being more inquisitive and seeking um, new ways of doing things. You can definitely be having success in your career. I'm seeing also with, again, if you leave things behind, give up on certain mentalities, maybe outlooks, maybe even a career or maybe a person, you level up into this abundant energy. You get this eureka moment into who you really are, this very fiery King of Wands. And also, again, if you do have love, and what I'm really feeling here with this energy, if you do have love, For you right now, there is so much coming towards you with regards to leveling up. If, again, this could be a lot of different ways. I don't know why I see this like you live going from an apartment to a home, from an engagement to a marriage. I also see like where there can be um, also moving on, like a leveling up to where maybe you guys move to a different location and have to reestablish yourselves, that kind of energy. But you can, the King of Swords came here too. Perhaps it's a third party energy, and you want to be careful with that. Maybe that third party has ended. If this is kind of, because I kind of felt that energy too. If there was a third party, it was a matter of time before this had to end. Things got found out, things were seen, and the emperor maybe moved with a sense of grace and peace. Um, Take it how this resonates for you, but the emperor could have moved with a sense of grace and peace, um, and kind of forgave this situation, and you guys are just like moving on. Like, all right, well, this is the past. Let's just move cities, move houses. Let's change zip codes, and let's just kind of move on from this situation. And that's kind of how I feel. So that's what I got for you right now. Hope you got something from it.